What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Critical Overlord here. We're going to be talking about a few different horror topics in this video here today. We'll be talking about Scary Movie 6, Scream 7, Crystal Lake, and M3GAN 2.0. Starting off here with Scary Movie 6. According to Marlon Wayans, if you've been following me on Twitter, you already know what I'm going to talk about. Marlon Wayans revealed over on the Big Boy TV podcast that Scary Movie 6 will be released in the year 2026. Now, I know this has some people saying, oh, that's so far away, and I don't agree. I don't think that's far away at all. I do understand that, yes, we'd rather have it next year, but all I can say is take your time. It'd be nice to see it in 2025, but this aligns with Dave Sheridan's comments about the Wayans working on the script to make it their own, is what I believe he said, or along those lines, because he did say that someone else was brought in to write up a draft or something previously, and now the Wayans are turning it into their own thing. Ghostface is coming back. Regina Hall would love to be in it. Melissa Barrera, we know, is open to starring in it. Anna Faris wants to return. So if this prolonged wait leads to a great movie with all of those ladies involved, especially Anna and Regina, then I can wait and say it'll be hopefully worthwhile. I've already gone over 10 years without Scary Movie. Another year and some change won't make much of a difference to me. Now, if you're someone who's been craving another proper Scary Movie franchise ever since even the second movie, then I can understand, because there are so many people out there that I didn't even realize think that the Scary Movie franchise has been garbage since the second film. I guess 3 and onward is not worthy to them, and now they have trust that they're going to get something on the same level as those first 2 movies. So I can understand that, because that's over 20 years of waiting for a quality Scary Movie film. But check that interview out, and at one point he compared what happened to the franchise with the Weinsteins being like watching your child be raised by the unfit parent, and then the child comes home and it all works out, which I thought was pretty funny. He also talks about the Hove and Diddy situation for anyone into that. Now, let's talk about Scream 7. So Mckenna Grace was at a red carpet event for iHeartRadio, I believe, over the weekend. If you followed my tweets, then you know what clip I'm referring to, which I believe originated from TikTok. She is more than excited to be part of the Scream 7 cast. Like I've pointed out, at one point she allegedly was logging her recent viewings of the film on a Letterboxd account that allegedly is hers. She already has made it clear she's a huge fan. She's met the cast. It's her favorite movie, and she had been following Kevin Williamson for at least a month. So despite us getting the news that she signed last week, there's no doubt that she had been signed for quite a while. She's just smiling ear to ear in this clip, and it's clear how happy she is to have that secret out. And the fact that she's that happy to be in this movie, like the level of energy in the interview, yes, there's some people who have an issue with it because they don't want anyone signing on, but it is quite adorable to see someone be so excited to be a part of a franchise that they're clearly very passionate about. And I have no doubt in my mind that Mckenna is going to kill it. She's been great in everything I've already watched her in. Like I stated, it's adorable to see someone be that ecstatic to be part of a franchise that clearly means so much to them, like it does to us and everyone else that's going to get a chance to experience the movie. Yes, I've seen the thoughts on putting her out there as the opening kill. I don't think that would be a bad choice, not at all whatsoever, because there is clearly going to be an audience that wants to see her be heavily involved in the film, and I think using her as the opening could work, but you need to make it be meaningful and make us root for the character, like any other Scream opening not connected to the characters of Jenny and Marnie, because I couldn't give a rat's ass about Jenny and Marnie during the opening of Scream 4. There just wasn't enough time spent with them. It was more of, course, spending time with those gimmick opens and tricking us with the stab films, and then Jenny and Marnie were kind of just here, and yeah, there wasn't much to it. As opposed to everyone else who's ever been in the opening of a Scream film, I've been interested in them in some capacity, felt some sort of sympathy towards them in their situation, and wanted to see them make it out. Didn't get that with Jenny and Marnie. So hopefully, if Mckenna is in the opening, they can replicate a situation that is going to remind us of the iconic opening that featured Casey Becker, played by Drew Barrymore. Now, let's talk about Crystal Lake. So Brad Caleb Kane, who we know is going to be the showrunner for the Crystal Lake show, offered an update on the series on Friday the 13th, so this past Friday. He captioned the photo saying, "Happy Friday the 13th to those who celebrate. Wish I could give a more substantial update, but mum's the word. Suffice it to say that the story's been broken. Scripts have been and are being written, and the goal is to give the fans, including myself, a tense, scary, bloody, and satisfying ride that's well worth the wait. More news to come in the new year, unless, you know, we're all doomed." Obviously, that's a reference to Ralph for anyone who's a big fan of Friday the 13th and a big fan of Ralph, because I've learned recently that there are quite a few Ralph fans out there. But nice little update from him. The show has been up and down, back and forth. At one point, it was supposed to be, I forget his name. I think he worked on Hannibal with Don Mancini. I might be remembering wrong. I think Hannibal might be Don Mancini's show. But it was supposed to be someone else before as the showrunner. That fell through the cracks. All these reports coming out about back and forth, not liking the story, this, that, and the third. I just want something of quality, something that is going to get us back on the straight and narrow when it comes to Friday the 13th. It's been so long since the last time Jason has graced our screen. I hope, wish, and pray this can lead to another film, because ultimately I know that is what most people are wanting. They are not necessarily wanting this TV show, but it's like, at what point do you just take a step back and realize, you know what, I'm just going to take what I can get? Some people also, I know, are on the fence, because the last time a TV show was supposed to happen was a few years ago with the CW, I believe, and that fell through the cracks and ultimately got canceled. Thankfully, that's not happening with this show, but it seems that trying to do anything with Jason is hell. No pun intended, because of course there's the fact that Jason does go to hell at one point in the franchise. But it just seems like this franchise cannot catch a break. And I would hope that at some point, maybe in 2025, I don't think it's going to be aired, but at some point in 2025, we just get enough news and information as far as casting goes, directors, a premiere date, that we can just go back and say, you know what, we can stop worrying about the project possibly being canceled. Everything seems to be on the straight and narrow. They seem to have everything in order. And as long as they can start shooting it this time around, then I know everybody will be able to say, okay, we can breathe a bit, because now we don't have to worry about the show possibly being canceled. Ultimately, like I stated, I hope this leads to another movie, but we'll see what comes of this, because again, you have to take a step back and realize, with so much turmoil surrounding the IP and the rights, you have to just take what you can get. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about here is going to be M3GAN 2.0. This image was released today courtesy of Entertainment Weekly. There was an interview alongside of this, but I mostly want to talk about M3GAN's look because, yeah, there's been some flack I've seen her get on the tweet I've put out saying it looks so AI generated. I don't think it looks that bad. I do prefer her look in the original film, but I want to see what actually comes of this because, again, we're supposed to have a rumored newcomer who's supposed to be a rival doll. So we'll see what this new look entails and if it has any ties to this new doll. But you guys can let me know what you think about this down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, of course, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Turn on post notification like never miss a video. In the description, I'll have links to all my social media accounts. I am on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can message me there, of course. Let me know if there's any movies, news, or reviews you'd like me to cover in the future. And with all that in mind, guys, I will see you in the next video.